Hello everyone, Gaza Mutkosh, and I welcome you all to this session on data handling in Excel. So guys, let's have a look at the agenda for this session. The agenda for this session includes, first of all, we'll be understanding table formatting in Excel, as in how to auto adjust rows and columns. We'll be understanding the data set in the first place. Then we'll look at, let's say, certain data cleaning steps, such as handling missing values, handling duplicates as well. All right, we'll also look at a couple of other functionalities that helps us enhance the data formatting and let's say the data cleaning. Besides this, we'll be also looking at the conditional statements, namely if, and we'll also be looking at the couple of logical functions such as and or, and how to utilize them in if conditions. So guys, I'm switching to the Excel screen. So guys, currently this is the data that I have. This is my data, right? So सबसे पहले हम समझते हैं what is the data that we have at hand. So if you look at the data, so we have a date column, then followed by we have a supplier name, and then we have the manager, then we have the department name, and the payment, the revenue, the profit margin, and this is see, this column that we have over here is the reimbursement date. All right. So as we can see, currently the data is not properly formatted, right? And the reason being date may, if you observe, I can see hash values, and for even for the reimbursement date I can see the hash values. So means date and the reimbursement date columns needs to be properly expanded. Now there are two ways I can do this. First is manually, let's say, expanding each and every date column like this, or let's say whichever columns that needs let's say expansion. Suppose I have supplier name like this, all right, so I don't get to see the entire supplier name. Likewise, I may have the similar issues when it comes to maybe department. So this could be one issue that might block the entire view. All right, हमें data का entire view नहीं दिख रहा है. What is the information present, what is the content available in each and every cell, I don't get to see this. So again we have the payment, and इसको भी suppose हमने कुछ ऐसे mention किया है. Then we have the revenue. Next we have the profit margin. So profit margin is basically, I'm assuming this should be profit by revenue, right? So if I click on the cell, see the formula used over here is E3 upon F3. So for this supplier name, this is the manager and this is the department to which it belongs. And अगर हम department column को भी देखें, right? So over here we have sales and let's say some city name. Sales, as in this is the department and this is the city to which the, let's say, the supplier belongs. All right, or let's assume that where the supplier let's say supplies the product. So profit margin का हमने formula देखा है. This is the payment and this is the revenue. Now clearly we can observe that couple of cells don't have the data as well, implying that we do have some null values. All right, यहाँ पे हमारे पास null values भी हैं, and this is the revenue. This is the even revenue may we have some null values. Now if we scroll down, we can observe that few rows are entirely blank. कुछ rows हैं हमारे पास data में that are entirely blank, right? So even if you observe this, we have this blank row. Even if you observe this, even this is the blank row. Next we have two blank rows even here. So data contains a couple of blank values and well, and let's will identify the duplicates as well, whether we do have the duplicates or not. And then we have the reimbursement date. When is this payment going to get reimbursed, if at all it is going to be reimbursed as well. All right, so the problem we have identified that this data is pretty much dirty in the first place to begin with. So if you want to work with, let's say, Excel reporting and dashboarding, and even let's say utilizing the concepts of pivot table and pivot charts, or utilizing, let's say, some other concepts such as VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, maybe index match and formatting. So we need to first of all clean the data and format as per our own requirements. So guys, अगर हमें यहाँ पे data clean करना है, so let's start with one thing at a time. So first of all, we'll be proceeding with the formatting part, right? So I'll write it here. The first step that we are going to do is the table formatting. Table formatting, as in what essentially we are going to do. Let's say auto adjust row, auto adjust row, and auto adjust column. Auto adjust column. So I'm talking about row width and column width, right? Row width and column width. So this is the first step that we'll be implementing. That is the table format. All right. So guys, let's see this in action. So first of all, we need to select this entire data. Let's observe the data range. So अगर हम data observe करें, so we have the header is present in column number 1, and if we scroll down, so we have data till row number 108. Alright, so this is where essentially our data lies. So data जो हमारे पास present है, that is present from row number 2 all the way to row number 2 से row number 108 तक we have the data. And as far as the columns is concerned, we have data ranging from column number A all the way up to column number H. Alright, so this is the entire data that we have. Now let's start with first auto adjusting the rows and the columns. So suppose I'm selecting this entire table. Alright, so we can select this using Control Shift forward slash for the columns. Alright, and then Control Shift downward arrow for the rows. So wherever there is a blank, it will let's say it will be halted. So वहाँ पे आपको will have to press the downward arrow once again. So guys, this is where I've selected the entire data. Entire data यहाँ पे मैंने select कर लिया है. Now, if we go over here, so in the home ribbon, if we search for the format, in the home ribbon, in the format option, we do have the option for auto fit row height and auto fit column height. So first of all, I'll be applying auto fit row height. So guys, once I've set this, as we can see कि जो row के height में inconsistency थी, that has been removed. Alright, the row height issue has been resolved. Next, what can be done? I can click on the format again, and then we have auto fit column width. Row की height हमने adjust की. Now we need to adjust the column width so that each and every column, for each and every column, the entire data gets displayed at once. So over here, I'm clicking on auto fit column width. So guys, now as we can see, the table formatting part we have covered properly. Now besides this, I can go for, let's say I can select the headers. Usually we should be representing headers in a specific color, indicating that okay, these are the headers, to separate the headers from the actual data. So in the home ribbon over here, we do have the, let's say, fill color part, and maybe for the headers for this data, I'm going with some light orange color. So guys, this is where I've set the headers. Now moving forward, so table formatting we have just seen how to auto adjust let's say row width, and how to auto adjust column height. Alright, and where is this information present? This information is present in format auto fit row height and auto fit column width. So this is row height and column width. Alright, so this was the first step. The second step is to, let's say, handle blanks. Now when we talk about handle blanks, or let's say handle missing values, so to handle them, first we need to detect it, right? First we have to detect missing values. Alright, we'll have to detect the missing values first. So, and then we can let's say we can either maybe drop the rows, we can even drop the rows, or what is the other option? We can fill the rows. These are the two options, let's say, to handle the missing values in Excel. So let's consider both of these options. Let's explore these options. So detection के लिए what needs to be done, and how should we proceed about this? So how to detect missing values? So first of all, I'm selecting this entire table. Alright, and guys, as we can see, this entire table has been selected. Alright, now we can see a couple of blanks. To identify where the blanks are, I can go to find and select, and then I can go to special. So if I just click on go to special over here, I'll be redirected to this window. So go to special mein what do I want to select? Do I want to select comments? Do I want to select constants, formulas, blanks, current region, current array, objects, row difference, column difference, precedence, dependents, last cell, visible only cells, conditional formats, data validation. So इसमें I just need to click on blanks. Alright, so पूरे टेबल में जितने भी blanks हैं, as in it will reflect them, it will highlight them cell by cell. It is going to highlight them cell by cell. So let's click OK over here. So guys, clearly the first step we have successfully implemented. We have let's say we have been able to identify all the blanks correctly. See, all the blanks have been identified, right? यहाँ पे सारे blanks we can get to see. So now couple of blanks are entire row blanks, and let's say the other blanks that we have are blanks in individual cells. So how do we suppose we have a row that is entirely blank? So how do we deal with this? So I select this entire row and right click. I just have to click on right click, and then there is an option for delete. All right, so if I implement this, the particular row selected has been deleted. Likewise, I can delete other rows as well. I can choose to delete these rows. All right, so guys, as we can see, these rows has been deleted. But the point being, suppose we have maybe out of 10,000 records, maybe we have 100 plus rows which are let's say entirely blank. So we won't go about deleting each and every blank row individually, right? So we have to figure a way out to delete the blank rows. So to delete the blank rows, first of all, I'll be, let's say, pressing Ctrl Z and Ctrl Z to undo the effect, and then so blank rows से deal करने से पहले, because currently if you are going for, let's say, filling the null values, right? So अगर हमें यहाँ पे null values fill करनी है, so first let's fill the null values in the individual cells and not in the blank row. All right, I won't be filling it in the blank row but in the individual cells. So let's figure out the blanks again. So I'm selecting this entire table. All right, यहाँ पे I've selected the entire table. Now I have to go to special. Now the shortcut over here is Control G. So I can go to special and I can identify the blanks. So guys, suppose in the department, okay, we do have a lot of blanks, right? We do have a lot of blanks. So first means ignoring the entire blank rows को अगर हम ignore करें, right? So in the reimbursement date, in case we do have a blank, so I want to fill the blanks with NA as in not available, right? So what I can do, I can click on the cell and simply type NA. All right, so even over here we have some missing values, so I'll be typing NA. So this is one approach where I'm manually, let's say, filling each and every blank let's say rows. So we do have the blank row over here and we do have blank rows over here. Currently I'm filling them manually. I'll show you an alternative as well. So because this is the first column, so I'm filling it manually. All right, I'll be treating each column slightly differently just to understand how this entire logic works. So यहाँ पे हमने blank rows को NA से fill कर दिया, right? As far as the reimbursement data is concerned, so I'll be selecting the entire table again. All right, now if I go to Control G and go to special blanks, so now there are no blanks seemingly in the reimbursement date. Okay, so we do have blanks, so maybe over here we can fill NA and even over here we can fill NA, not the entire row blanks but couple of rows. So yes, this NA and this again over here NA. So guys, reimbursement date has been dealt with. So moving forward, let's implement this on the other cells, on the other blanks. Suppose we have this department, right? We have this department and in this department there are a couple of rows which are blank. So I want to fill the blanks with other, but not individually but rather entirely. So how can we do this? How this can be implemented? So for this, what can be done means over here I can, okay, I'll just select this column. I'll just be selecting this column, right, where I need to identify the blanks. So this is my column Now in this column, press Ctrl G and special maybe blanks. So only the blanks in this column are identified, right? Now I want to fill all these blanks, including the blanks of let's say, including the blanks of the entire null rows. I want to fill them with other. So I can go over here, I can write other, and then instead of pressing enter, so if I press enter, only one cell will be highlighted, see other. So only the current cell is value will be populated, which is blank. So I have to press Control Enter. So if I press Control Enter, let's say the other value is populated in every cell wherever there was blank to begin with. Alright, and as we can see, department column has been handled. Now the same procedure I can apply to payment. So I'll be selecting the payment column. Alright, I've selected this entire payment column. Payment column यहाँ पे हमने select कर लिया है. And in this payment column, what needs to be done? I need to go to let's say, go to special and then click on blanks. So guys, these are all the blanks. Now in the payment, I want to fill with 0. So I'm clicking 0 and then press Control Enter. So guys, in the payment column, all the blanks have been dealt with. Alright, so now we don't have any blanks in the department. We don't have any blanks in the payment. Next, we do have, let's say, blanks in the revenue. So I'll be selecting this entire column. So this column has been selected, Control G, special, again go to blanks. So revenue may, even in the revenue, I'm filling it up with 0 and Control Enter. Alright, now profit margin may, let's see. Now in the table, I'll be checking if we have more blanks. If we have more blanks in some columns, not the entire row blanks, but the blanks that needs to be individually dealt with. So यहाँ पे हमने blanks पे click किया, click on OK, and see, this is entire row blank. Alright, and this is again entire row blank, and yes. So means we have handled blanks in department, payment, revenue, and even reimbursement date. So this entire row blanks, right? So currently I'll be deleting these. Why? Because I need to demonstrate how to deal with entire row blanks. So this has been handled. Now we do have couple of other blank rows. Alright, so I'll be deleting all the values. Alright, and then again I'll be deleting it over here if at all we do have any blank rows. Alright, so guys, data एक बार हम दोबारा select करते हैं. So now I should only be left with entire blank rows, I'm hoping. Let's see. So यहाँ पे हमने special पे click किया, click on blanks. Yeah, so now we do have entire row blanks. So अब इन blanks को, if I want to remove them, right? I want to remove the entire blank rows. So over here we do have the option delete and delete sheet rows. So the sheet means it is simply going to delete all the rows that have been selected so far. So I'm only selecting the rows that contains these blank, let's say, rows. So how many rows do we have as such? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 rows. So click on delete sheet rows. So guys, all the, let's say, blanks have been dealt with now. Alright, so guys, these are the approaches to, let's say, handle the blanks. So we can drop the rows, let's say, entire rows. And where was this option present? This option was present in delete sheet rows. Alright, and fill the rows. Let's say rows fill करने में there were two options that we chose, that we have implemented so far. The two options are, let's say, fill individual cells और fill entire column. ये दो options थे हमारे पास, right? So ये दोनों options हमने implement किए हैं. We have seen them. So the first option was to fill individual cells, and the second option was, let's say, to fill entire column. Alright, these were the two options that we have implemented so far. Now moving on to the third one. So next we have handle duplicates. So guys, first of all, we'll have to check in case we do have some duplicate data. So I'm selecting this entirely. All right, because now we don't have any null values, so it gets selected. So I can simply say press NSL and Control A. So this selects the entire data, the data only, right? Now we can go to the data tab. In the data tab, we have this, let's say, option over here, which is to remove duplicates. Currently, how many cells do we have? Let's count the number of rows. In case we don't have a duplicate, so I'll be fabricating some duplicates, right? So currently we have 103 rows of data. Go to the data tab, click on, let's say, remove duplicates. So I want to remove the duplicates in all: date, supplier name, manager, department, payment. Click on OK. So guys, over here it says 2 duplicates were found and removed. So we had some duplicates to begin with, and now both the duplicates have been dealt with. All right. So we started with 103 rows. Now what we are left with? Now we are left with 101 because 2 duplicates were present. So we have removed them. All right. So removing duplicates is this easy. So how do we handle duplicates? Let's say. So we have the data tab, and data tab mein, we have this option for remove duplicates. Alright, so this was the option that we have utilized. Now, if we observe the department column, so department column, let's say, based on the underscore which is used as a delimiter, based on underscore, let's say, what are we doing over here? Let's say the department is separated with the city. So if I want to populate another column called city, so first of all, I'll be, let's say, inserting another column over here. Now just click on this entire column department, maybe from here to here. So how do we, let's say, separate them? So over here in the data tab, we have this option text to columns. All right, we have this option called text to columns. So the fourth data cleaning option that we have is, that is, let's say, text to columns. So how do we implement this? Let's see this. So इसको हमने select कर लिया and the entire column has been selected. Now go to data tab. Over here we have this option of text to columns. So if I open this, see, it is asking me to identify the delimiter. So this is the column in which I need to be choose a delimiter based on which the splitting will be applied. So it is delimited characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. Now click on next. What is the delimiter that I have over here? The delimiter is underscore. So semicolon, comma, space, these are not the delimiters. And so I'll be writing other, and यहाँ पे the option will be underscore. All right, so now as we can see, data preview, this is separated with 2 different columns. So I just need to click on next and next and finish. So because I have added a additional column over here, let's see. So guys, as we can see now, the department is separated and even we do have the city. All right, so department and city are separated, but again we do have some blanks in the city. So let's call this city, and I'll change its color because this was not originally what we had. All right, so city हमने add कर लिया, and we do have some duplicates, we do have some blanks, right? So bin blanks को will be filling it with let's say not available or something of that sort. So Control G, special, and identify the blanks, click on OK, and maybe in the city I can fill with unknown. All right, now I'll be pressing Control Enter because I want to fill this in all the cells wherever we do have null values. So guys, this is how, let's say, even text to columns can be utilized to split a column. So text to column was basically splitting the columns, right? So the operation है that was text to column. How have we implemented it? Using splitting the columns. So guys, this is how we have discussed and implemented the table formatting. We have handled missing values, we have handled duplicates, and we have also seen how to implement splitting the columns. All right, and now we don't have any null values. Now we do have another issue over here, which is division by 0. See, as I just mentioned, profit margin, what is the formula over here? The profit margin is F3 by G3. But what if, let's say, there are a couple of cells where the revenue contains 0. So if it is 0, the profit margin will show some error, right? So this is where we can handle the errors as well. This is where error handling comes into picture. So how do we handle the errors? To handle the errors, let's say one such function that I can utilize is if error, right? Over here I can utilize if error. So let's see what this function does. So over here in this formula, f2 by g2, but I need to ensure that g2 should not be 0, or in case there is an error, I need to handle it. So over here I'm writing if error. Now what does if error takes? If error takes value, and value that we need to pass if the data contains, if it is an error. So if the data contains an error value, so I'll be writing NA. So currently I've applied it on the first row, so I need to just drag this simply. So guys, इसको हमने drag कर दिया है. So now we can see there are no division by 0 errors. In which column? In the profit margin column. Alright. So guys, this is how we have cleansed the data. Now moving forward, we can go to even conditional statements. So let's understand conditional statement. Let's understand the data that we have over here. We have roll number, name, last name, age, city, and the subject and the score. Now the first column that I want to create conditionally, let's see, using the if else concept, is to create a column remark 1 based on the following condition. So if score is greater than 70 and remark is good, otherwise outstanding. So how are we going to write this? So if score is greater than 70, so where is score present? Score is present in I would say G2. So if G2 greater than 70. Alright, now what does if logic tells us? So what will be the value if it is true? Over here I need to pass good. Alright, यहाँ पे I have to mention good, and otherwise I can mention average. That's it, and this is done. I can simply drag this. So guys, this handles good and average based on the marks. So if the marks is greater than 70, it would be good, otherwise it would be average. Now I can create remark, let's say this is okay, this is remark 2 and this is remark 1. So let me change the colors. Yeah, now the remark 2 would be populated like this. If score is greater than 90, then it's outstanding. Between 80 to 90, excellent. Between 70 to 80, good. Between 60 to 70, average. And between 50 to 60, poor, otherwise fail. If less than 50, then fail. So how would I write this? So over here I'll be writing if G2, let's say, greater than 90, then if G2 is greater than 90, okay, let me write it over here, it would be outstanding. If G2 greater than 80, it would be let's say excellent. So again, if G2 greater than 70, it would be good. Alright, if G2 greater than 60, it would be average. Greater than 70, okay, after good we have average, right? So after good, yeah, greater than 70 is good, greater than 60 is average. If G2 is greater than let's say 50, then it is poor. Alright, else I can simply mention fail. Now I have to close all the brackets which we have opened so far. So the last if bracket is closed, then this if is closed, this if is closed, this if is closed, and this if is also closed. So see, over here I'm getting poor. Why? Because the score is between 50 and 60. So I can simply drag this. I can simply drag this, and over here okay, fail, I haven't added fail in the quotes. So fail would be added in the quotes as well, right? Yeah, so guys, fail I've added in the quotes, and this is how it has been handled. Okay, fail is still not in quotes. So I just need to add over here like this, and yeah, this is done. Yeah, so as we can see over here, it says fail. Now how to utilize and or? So and let's say considers two condition. and or even or condition considers two condition, right? So and may, if I were to write if, let's say if may I'm writing and, I'll be simply using this formula, right? So if may, over here I'm writing if and what is my condition? My condition that I have over here is, let's say if subject which is f2, if f2 is Python. Okay, I'll simply show you and just how to utilize and. If f2 is Python, right? And the second condition, let's say score is basically g2, and g2 is let's say greater than 70. All right, let's see if this condition is true. Is this condition true? So it will give me f2 equals Python and g2 greater than 70. So this condition is false, right? Because g2 is not greater than 70. Now what if I write less than, maybe less than 70? So now this becomes true. So or may, if I were to write the same condition, so how would I use it? I would use it like this. यहाँ पे हमने and की जगह or लिखा है, right? So or f2 is Python and g2 is less than 70, or let's say g2 greater than 70. So or ensures that even if one of the two conditions is true, the output is going to be true, right? So over here I'm getting true, and may we are getting true because over here I've mentioned less than 70. So this is how we can write and or. All right, logical operations. So this is for and के लिए हमने ये लिखा था, and this is for or. This is what we have mentioned it for or. All right, so guys, this brings us to the end of this session. Let's switch to the PPT. So guys, in this session we have seen how to handle missing values, how to handle the duplicates, and we have also worked with conditional statements and or. In the next session we'll be looking into advanced let's say concepts such as index match related topics. Thank you.